Deborah Kerr embodied elegance. A British actress whose career sparkled with portrayals of refined nuns, graceful princesses, and disciplined teachers, she captivated audiences with poise and grace. Yet behind this polished image lay a woman eager to break free from the confines of propriety. When she shared that unforgettable kiss with Burt Lancaster on a Hawaiian beach, rolling in the waves in From Here to Eternity, Hollywood discovered a daring side to her. Her journey was a tale of contrasts, the saintly versus the passionate, the poised versus the rebellious. But who truly was Deborah Kerr? Deborah Jane Trimmer, the name behind the legend, was born on September 30, 1921, in Glasgow, Scotland. From the start, her life was not as charmed as it seemed. Raised in a strict household, Deborah faced unusual childhood hardships. Her grandmother, obsessed with correcting posture, forced her to lie flat on a cold floor for long stretches. It was a form of tough love that hinted at the resilience Kerr would need on the difficult path ahead. Before Hollywood's glamour, Deborah dreamed of being a ballerina. She endured the punishing training, bruised toes, aching muscles, endless rehearsals. Painfully shy, she found freedom in dance, where she could express herself without words. But fate had other plans. Her aunt, Phyllis Smale, believed acting might help Deborah overcome her shyness. Smale worked at a drama school in Bristol and nudged her niece into the theater. Speaking on stage terrified Deborah more than silent movement ever had. Yet through acting she discovered a new voice. Her first film role came in 1940 with Contraband. Excited for her debut, Deborah's heart sank when every scene she filmed was cut from the final release. Imagine the heartbreak of watching your dreams vanish in an instant. Yet she refused to give up. Her next film, Love on the Dole, offered promise but came with harsh comparisons to stage actress Wendy Hiller. Critics dismissed Deborah as inexperienced. The sting of those reviews could have broken her, but instead, she used the criticism as fuel. Determined, Deborah threw herself into new projects. For Major Barbara, the director insisted she immerse herself in the Salvation Army to understand her role. She spent days among the homeless and destitute, a sobering experience that stayed with her. In 1942, while working on The Day Will Dawn, she narrowly escaped death when a German bomb exploded nearby during a night out with co-star Rex Harrison. Miraculously, both survived. Her breakthrough came in 1943 with The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. Out of 700 hopefuls, she won the role, playing not one but 3 characters, a daunting task for any actor. Producers believed in her so strongly they put her name above the title on posters, an extraordinary move for a newcomer. Initially, director Michael Powell had wanted Wendy Hiller, but fate placed Deborah in the spotlight. Critics praised her versatility, and her star began to rise. Behind the scenes, Deborah and Powell shared a passionate affair. But when her agent sold her contract to MGM in Hollywood, Powell felt betrayed. Their romance ended, and Deborah soon moved on. In 1945, she married Anthony Bartley, a decorated RAF squadron leader. They had 2 daughters, Melanie and Francesca, but Bartley grew increasingly uncomfortable with Deborah's rising fame and higher income, straining their marriage. Her reunion with Powell for Black Narcissus, 1947, changed everything. Playing a conflicted nun, Deborah captivated MGM executives who signed her to Hollywood. Reluctant at first, Bartley followed her to America, though his resentment deepened as her fame soared. Hollywood adored Deborah, casting her alongside Clark Gable, Spencer Tracy, and Ava Gardner. Yet she was typecast as dignified ladies, nuns, and teachers. She longed to break free. In 1950's Please Believe Me, she explored comedy, but true reinvention came with From Here to Eternity, 1953. The role of Corinne Holmes, a sultry officer's wife caught in a forbidden affair, shattered her prim image. The part had originally been set for Joan Crawford, but her diva-like demands lost her the role. Deborah's agent seized the chance, and though Columbia Pictures boss Harry Cohn doubted her, the director and writer insisted she was perfect. Deborah proved them right. That iconic beach kiss with Burt Lancaster, horizontal, not vertical as written, changed her career forever. Audiences were electrified, critics applauded, and Deborah earned an Oscar nomination. Rumors swirled about a real-life affair between her and Lancaster. Though unconfirmed, they only fueled the film's allure. In 1956, she starred in The King, and I as Anna Leonowens, the British tutor to Siam's king. Though she could not sing, soprano Marni Nixon dubbed her voice. Deborah endured grueling conditions, losing weight from the heavy costumes and blistering studio lights. Still, her elegance carried the film to success. A year later, she starred opposite Robert Mitchum in Heaven Knows, Mr. Allison, playing a nun stranded on an island. Off-camera, her wit and playful language shocked Mitchum, who had expected her to be as prim as her roles. Their chemistry shone on screen, yet her personal life was unraveling. By 1959, her marriage to Bartley ended quietly, undone by jealousy and distance. In 1960, she wed author Peter Viertel, a man with a colorful romantic past. Their marriage endured, despite his earlier scandals. Deborah's legend only grew. The From Here to Eternity kiss became so iconic that projectionists snipped frames from reels as souvenirs, gradually shortening the scene. In 1967, she joined the James Bond spoof Casino Royale. Initially promised only 10 days on set, the shoot stretched to 8 weeks, earning her one of the largest paychecks of her career. At 45, she became the oldest Bond girl and used her earnings to build a swimming pool at her Swiss home, cheekily naming it the Charles K. Feldman Memorial Pool after the producer. By the late 1960s, Deborah grew weary of Hollywood's direction, violence, nudity, and empty scripts. In 1968, she announced her retirement. Yet she returned once more in The Gypsy Moths, 1969, with Lancaster, surprising audiences with a daring nude scene. Though nominated 6 times, she never won a competitive Oscar. Finally, in 1994, she received an honorary Academy Award, presented by Glenn Close. The industry gave her one of the longest-standing ovations in Oscar history. In later years, Deborah battled Parkinson's disease. Choosing to spend her final years near her daughters, she left her homes in Switzerland and Spain for Britain. On October 16, 2007, Deborah Kerr passed away at age 86. In a poignant coincidence, both her husband Peter Viertel and her biographer died shortly afterward, also at 86. Deborah Kerr's legacy is timeless. She was more than elegance. She was resilience, daring, and unforgettable talent. From shy ballerina to international star, from typecast lady to fearless icon, her brilliance lives on in film history. Thank you for joining this journey into Deborah Kerr's life. If you enjoyed revisiting the story of this old Hollywood icon, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tales of cinematic legends.